Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
I guess my camera got whacked out while I was standing there. Let's see. Oh, there I am right there. Wow, it's like looking at my ceiling. Crazy. Ooh. Yeah, you guys, let's see if we can have a better night than the last time I did a live stream. Man, that thing was tragic. I don't even know what to call it. Let's see. Yeah, my video is doing pretty good from earlier. It's just the average watch time is only 7 minutes and 50 seconds. And it's a 20-minute video. So then you get people saying, "Hey, Gray, how come you don't show us a schematic of where the house is compared to..." Well, I did. I did show you where the house is. It's right there. You know? So you must have missed it. You didn't watch the other 13 minutes or whatever the hell it is. 12. Yeah, so I mean, I started playing some of this the other day, but I thought I would try to show. Hey, look at that, 28 months. Sandy Shirley. Very cool, very cool. This is Koberger's house, or his apartment when he lived there, right? This is in Pullman. He lived in G201. So here we go. So there it is. He lived in this one right there. That's his unit. Oh yeah, which one is this? Is this the... Oh, that was that one. Maybe this one. Oh, that's the first one I meant. Oh boy, we're still at 0, everybody. Still at 0. So let's try to have a better night tonight than the other nights. We usually start the show off where... See, this channel, when I do the live streams, relies on the generosity of the people watching the show. When I do my videos, I hope that the ad revenue will make something. But when I do the live streams, I rely on the generosity of the people watching. And that's what allows us at the end of the month to have extra to be able to send in... you know, we're at $251,000 we've given to various true crime related charities out of the income from the channel, and that's the only way to make that happen. Look at that, 228 monthers. All right, well, thank you. All right, so this is when he was leaving his house that night at like 3:20, you know, 4 or whatever the hell time it was in the morning. No, excuse me, 2:42, excuse me, 2:42, and he's leaving town. He shows up here in Pullman. Right. So 2:42, he leaves his place in Pullman. I gotta get another thing here really quick. Just sort of waiting for the show to get going here, you guys. We're still at 0 right off the bat. Let's see. Thank you for your abilities and sharing all your hard work. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. I mean, we didn't do a show last night. I just got really tired of the same, just really frustrating shows. And here we are starting off exactly the same way as that one ended, even after skipping a day. See, Facebook got hacked. Been dealing with that. All right. Anyways, let's just let's go here. So on this map here, well, let me open up the part where it mentions Nevada Street in the probable cause document. So it says just reading this part here, investigators were given access to video footage on the Washington State University WSU campus located in Pullman, Washington. WSU maintains series of surveillance cameras on and near its campus. A review of that video indicated that at approximately 2:44 a.m. on November 13th, a white sedan, which was consistent. Hey, thanks, Paul. Finally, we got off the 0.
Let's kick things off.
Thank you. WSU surveillance cameras traveling north and southeast on Southeast Nevada Street at Northeast Stadium Way. At approximately 2:53 a.m., a white sedan, which is consistent with the description of the white Elantra, known as Suspect Vehicle 1, was observed traveling southeast. It was on southeast, but traveling southeast on Nevada Street in Pullman, Washington. So that's at 2:53. All right, now on the map for that, if you go over to Pullman, it's right here. Like, this is Stadium Way and southeast, because it is south and it's a slight east. So this is Nevada Street. That means they're saying that the vehicle went on here, right? And a lot of people just sort of ignore that, and they talk about, oh, it went over there and it went over here, and it actually matters. Hey, thanks, J-Love. So he goes this direction, and I'm going to actually show you that. So we start off right, I think it's like right around in this area. Let's see. No, I think it's further up. Let me see if I have I think I made a marker for that. Yeah, right there. So, his apartment is up in this area up here, and when he's heading in, he comes on Stadium Way from the apartment, which you would do, and then I pick it up where we're right here. So if you go down, see the building there, and see, there it is. See that? Right there, and that's that street that goes up. So we're really close to that spot. So you see that, and then let me just go like that. So when we drive down, we're going to turn left on the Nevada Street. And then just for the hell of it, let me see if I do a time. Well, we'll just look at the timer on it. This is a 360-degree camera that I put on top of my car. See that? Is that crazy or what? I don't know what that means, Paul. I mean, because he pleaded guilty, he shouldn't be on there, or what? See, look, and then it turns left. After turning off of that street over there, it turned left and went this way. So what we're looking at now is... So it went like this, and now it's going straight away like that, and we'll pass a big park on the right. See right there, there's the big park, and at the end of the park it turns right, which is right here. And then it goes around, all the way around like this. I mean, it's crazy, but it does exactly that route. And I bet you anything he did this route right here. This is exactly what he was doing the whole night. You know, always taking these routes that are a little off the beaten path to try to, I mean, way outside of the, you know, the way he would have gone, just to try to fool surveillance cameras. Like, you might be, oh, here's a white Elantra, and then, oh, where do we look now? And then it shows up at Floyd's Cannabis shop. I mean, that's crazy. But I guarantee you this is what he did right here. And by the way, if we go back to the beginning of that, let's just go back to where it's turning left. And so the time, they say at 2:53. Now, we don't know what the seconds are, right? But right now we're at 40 seconds into this video. So I'm just going to write that down. As it's turning, it's 40 seconds. Right behind here is a, let's see. Well, actually, that's where we turned in over there. Let me turn over there again. Right when we turn, I'll get the clock time. Okay, it was right there. So it's 33 seconds. And then there's a camera on these lights right here. One of these lights, like this one. So that's the one that filmed it turning right here. So it's 33 seconds to start. So you can just say that that's 2:53, because that's when the camera saw it. Are you okay, Faraday? God, I hate when people come in with question marks like that. I just want to block them from the channel immediately. All right, 33 seconds. And so you pretend that this is 2:53. All right, so it's just 33 seconds. Pretend it's 2:53, and then here we go. Seems like the camera's kind of like tilted or something to the left. All right, so I'll just move it forward to up to, you know, like we were winding around already. And now we're at a minute 45 in. And I think I'm probably driving faster than he did. I'm not going really that fast, but I could see him really just trying to stick right at the speed limit. Thanks, Jessica Schubach. And yes, you too out there, you guys. If you want to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. The channel relies on you guys. If you like the content that I'm producing, being able to drive to, you know, out there, etc., etc., etc. I don't know what you're saying, Faraday. So look at right now we're at the highway that goes from Pullman to Moscow, Idaho. Hey, thanks, Tegirl. Welcome. All right, so now you know where we are at now. If we go up here, look at this. So normally he would have came out right here, and he would have been out really quickly and turned, and would have been way past here much quicker because it's a highway right off the gate. But instead he drove all the way around like this, in my opinion, and around, and then he came out right there. And if you measure that, if you go down the highway, it is 3/4 of a mile down the highway. He just sort of shows up there, but there's no cameras, and he did it that way on purpose. Right now he's going to head down this direction towards Moscow, Idaho. Taking a left. No, they're not driving it slower at night because of wildlife. But hey guys, is there any chance we can have a night not like last time I did a show, where when I say, hey everybody, if I could need your guys' support for the channel, I would really appreciate it, and not a single soul responds. That's just such a deflating, crappy feeling. So let's see if we can avoid that tonight. All right, here we go. We're going down the highway, headed towards Moscow, Idaho. So I can look anywhere. Hey, thanks, Sazaf. Very cool, thank you. Got the dancing taco. Alright, so we're currently at, we started at 33 seconds, now we're at 4 minutes and 53. And remember, we started at 253, now it probably wasn't 253 flat. You know, it might have been 253.30 or 253.40, they just give you the first numbers. Hey, thanks. Is it Franca or Franca Romano? A lot of driving around out there, you guys. A lot of driving around. The second one, Franca. Or Franca. Like France, but Franca. Okay. Hey, cool, thanks. Thanks, Richard Watts. What's pathetic, Just? Driving on my 360-degree software. Or the fact that you fell in love with Brian Koberger and it turns out he's a psychopathic killer. I'm not sure what it is, Just. What is it? Alright, so now we're at 7:07. Yeah, isn't this amazing though? That I can't wait to do more with this camera. It's just crazy. Look at this, crystal clear. You can look around, whatever you want to do. It's just up in the air, down. There's the top of the car. Oh yeah, well I do ask for money on this channel just because I try to make an income on the channel, and when people aren't supporting the channel, I can't survive as a channel. So it's just the way it is. God, what an idiot. You must be a fool. Just when you go to your work, do you just show up and hope to God somebody helps you out? That's what this YouTube is. You just do shows and you have to hope. God, what an idiot. Wow. Let's see. It's so cool to get to go along. I'm going to listen for a while. Alright. Thanks for letting us know. Alright, look at this right here. That right there is Floyd's Cannabis shop. And right now we're at 8:31. So that means it took 8 minutes. So if you go 253 plus 8, that's 3:01. And the surveillance said he was there at 3:02. So it's absolutely consistent with that, right? Because if it's like, really, if it's 2:53 and 35 seconds, and maybe this surveillance, you know, we don't know what time this was, but it's right there. It's 8 minutes, an 8-minute drive, and his vehicle was still in Southeast Pullman area at 2:54. So, I mean, it's absolutely right now when it's driving by here, it's perfect. All right. Now, the rest of this drive is probably how he got into when he made it to Indian Hills Drive. It actually shows you the whole thing. It's daylight, so you can see what he was doing. So we'll just keep playing it. And yes, everybody, people don't like it on this channel. People that show up, they don't like that I say, hey, everybody, if you could please help support the channel, because you guys are it, man. There's nothing else. So I always think like, well, hell, maybe you would tip me like it was a, I don't know, somebody cutting your hair, or you go out to a meal or something. Because I don't have any other options on here. The ad revenue on these live streams is almost nothing, like $8 or something. All right, so to make the channel solvent, it relies on you guys. So I wish you guys would sort of realize that more, like when I'm telling you that. That's just the reality. Now, other channels, you know, I don't know that, like, if you're a conspiracy channel on this, they don't have to worry about it because everybody sends them super chats because they love conspiracies. This isn't that type of channel, so it's not as sort of flashy and ooh, look at that, ooh, ooh, ooh. I just do what the truth is. And by the way, you know that UK guy? What a you should see him now. Now he's like, ooh, Koberger, man, he really planned it well, you know, ooh. And this guy had been making videos on the case for the entire time, and they were all pro Koberger. There wasn't one time where he took the information that was presented and told people, you know what, wow, I think this really is starting to turn the tide. It looks like Koberger. Not one time. And now, and then somebody says, wow, you've changed your mind. He goes, what do you mean I've changed my mind? Why? I can't believe that he's innocent until proven guilty. And I mean, what a joke of a response, you know. I mean, just think about that. Like that's just, and all of his viewers are trying. They're saying, "Well, no, I think he's still innocent. I think that," and they just get trapped. Now they're in a bad place because they know that they've sold their viewers a bill of goods for 2 years intentionally, and now they're trapped because now they know that their guy that they wanted to go on dates with has just admitted to killing all 4 students. Yeah, I know it's a girl, but did you notice even when I say it, it just nobody supports the channel. Like it used to be when I'd say, "Hey guys, if you guys could please help support the channel," you'd get about like 10 people going, "Oh yeah, here we go, great, boom, boom, boom," and we make our goals and keep moving. Now I say it and nothing. It's like I could go an hour later and it's just still like I mean I don't know what happened. It's weird. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to go somewhere else, Trisha, because I'm gonna be covering this until they get the sentencing, and then after that, that's when the files get opened up. Although I have been collecting, I want to go over this Virginia Beach serial killer. That was like back in 79, 80. They caught a guy associated with some of them, but they weren't, I don't know if they're ever connected into the rest of them. So I've been filling that out. The folders, there's a whole bunch of different women in that. Yeah, but look at it. I mean, see, I'm still looking at the chat, and it's just absolute dead zone again, just like the last show I did. Unbelievable. What happened to all the freaks? So this is likely exactly how he got in there. He's now we're in the Moscow area. And then eventually he takes a right on 95. But he might have gone stopped somewhere for a few minutes somewhere else or something. Don't really know. Thanks to girl. Or TEH girl. Or TE or tag girl. I don't know. What am I supposed to say on that one? Now we're currently at 1/10 of a goal, so still just way far away. Thanks, Michelle H. Yeah, so we're just, this is the full drive, basically, I mean, right before it turned on Nevada Street. And then I think I even have it go all the way, so, I mean, obviously I skip past number 2, 3, 4, all that stuff, but I actually, on this one video here, I drive all the way into the 1122 area, and then exit, and then drive all the way past Blaine. I mean, that's what's crazy about this. You'll get to see that other route. I don't know. Maybe these videos like this is just so boring that people don't want to support. Because this is what I was trying to play last time. These videos, and it just was like, maybe that's it. Yep, so here's 95. I didn't go to any of the places like they went out to eat or something. That's irrelevant to the case. It's just timeline information. Yeah, boy. I think this is going to be a short show, you guys. Nobody's chatting. It's dead as a doornail. Just like last time. This is what I was nervous about doing another show. I think I'm getting close to relegating myself to only making videos. It's getting really close. My videos do so much better in terms of subs. Not very good financially, but my mental health is better. I mean, because it just... doing these shows with very little people talking or communicating or supporting the channel, it gets just almost unbearable for me. Yeah, so it's coming around. Yeah, see you later. Do you think the body camera footage on Brian? Yeah, I think all that stuff will be released as soon as that gag order or the the non-dissemination thing is lifted. See you later, Brian. Have a good one. Or Mike, whatever the hell your name is. Alright, let's see. We're going this way. There's the A&W. And then coming down here. This is where he would have turned. I think he turns left on Palouse River Drive. Yeah. It's just nobody. It's just crazy in here, you guys. Yeah, so we just turned on Palouse River Drive. Now this is the route that I think he took after the homicide. See? Wait, am I going out there on this one? Did I do that? Let's see. Oh no, I'm not doing that. This isn't that route yet. So right now I'm not even at the Indian Hills Drive. Hey, thanks for gifting a membership, Suzf. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna let us see that. If he a full. Hopefully he does an interview where it's sort of like Israel Keys with the cops, and that can be viewed at some point. Yeah. But I don't know, Bill Thompson just seems like a really, I don't know if I'm gonna, he just overthinks everything, You know, I could see him sort of blocking some stuff that people would want to see. I don't really care. Yeah, I mean, I'm just I don't stop at every stop sign. I mean, here I do rolling stops sometimes. You know, I got a ticket the second time I went to Pullman for going like 30. I don't know what it was, 33 and a 20 or something like that. Can't remember what it was. Something like that though. Yeah, I mean, like the video that I put out today, I'm not sure if on the side of the building is where he did it. I just think it's interesting how easy it is to walk up and down the bank over there. You know, I've always thought that he parked behind the house, okay, on the third pass. It just seems like it'd be harder to make your way down in the dark through all of the trees and the branches, etc. Yeah, so it's winding its way around. It's going to make its way to Steiner Avenue. So what it was just doing right now is it drove like this and made its way up to Indian Hills Drive, and it's winding around like this, and then it's going to turn left on Steiner. And that's right there. The streets. Yeah. So this is still Steiner Avenue. And then right there is the A&W that has the surveillance camera on it, right in front of us there. So that's how fast that little back route that he took was. But now it's sort of, he's just trying to not have a continuous string of his Elantra, hard to track. He was out of, just completely gone, and then he shows up in this area. And so earlier he didn't want to look like he just turned and went that way, so he goes somewhere completely different, and then voila, there's this other white Elantra, whatever, driving down. Now it's, I think this is still Steiner here, actually. This is, I believe it's Steiner. And then right here is the building that got all of the, right when he drives by, this camera picks up his lights, and then another camera on this side picks him up driving around the corner. So there's definitely a camera on the side of this building because it picks it up each time as it's coming in, or way up here when it's coming down. And then this is Taylor Avenue here. And then just a second here at 3:29:46 in the morning, a camera on that building right back there filmed the Elantra driving by right here. That's the 1320 Linda Lane camera. And we drive this direction. Holy crap! but working on a project so I can't chat tonight. Well, thanks, Cheryl. Jeez. We got to 50% just like that.
Hello, Grand Freaks. I'm late. Sorry. I'm listening, but working on a project, so I can't chat tonight. Love you guys. Heart hands emoji. Sparkling heart emoji. Ocean wave emoji.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So anyways, right here, this is, now we're on King Road, all right? So I want you to notice something here. So this is how you'll understand the case better. Anyways, that was really kind of you. Thank you so much. Hey, we got to 50%, you guys. All right, let's go back to here again. He would have gotten away with it. Yeah, well, he's going to always blame himself for that. So this will be interesting. I'll show you how this is going to work. Now that we have it on a 360-degree camera. All right, right there. All right, right there. So when on the documents, when it, hey, thanks Lisa Valenzuela for the coffee. On the documents, when it shows a time that the car pulls in and goes south on King Road, it's right here. So the moment that this camera on this house right here, there's a camera right there. The moment that that camera picks up the headlights of this vehicle, so it might even be back just like another, 2 frames. That's the time that they use. All right, and then from there it goes around the corner, just like this, goes on the Queen Road, and that camera absolutely picks it up the whole way. It's right on the side, right? If I pause it, let me see if I go back just a foot or a second or something. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. See that light right there? That's where the camera was. It was that light. So now you know the timing there. Yeah, well, it's also annoying, Stuart, that I've never seen you in my life, and you're complaining, and my only option is to complain, because people, for some reason, even when I tell them, hey, you guys, if you could please help support the channel, they're not doing it, and then I can't afford to do the shows. Do you get it? I will not do the shows anymore if we can't make the goals, and I'll do something else. Because the amount of effort that I put in is just, I don't think any of you guys would go to work and just sort of do it. And let's say you're a waiter, a waitress or something, and you didn't get there was no paycheck, no salary wage associated with it. And then you would serve everybody their food all night long. And at the end of the night, nobody tipped you. Would you keep doing that job? With all that, like, spend 3 hours serving meals without an hourly wage and not one soul tipped you? What would you feel like? All right, that's what I'm saying. All right. So there it is. That was the driving all the way around and about, and then it stops over in this area. And there's where the camera was, and I just stopped here for the hell of it. There's no rhyme or reason. And then which one is this? Oh yeah, so this is another time around, and I show you guys where the 1320 Linda Lane camera is. It's right up here. I just drove up that Linda Lane. There's the garbage dump that you always see, etc. up there. I just want to let you know. I guarantee you that's a troll. It's hilarious. They always try to disrupt the show. I'm not sure what I'm doing on this one. Let's just see what I do here. Alright, so this is the one time when the DoorDash driver was there, he went this direction only once. So the DoorDash driver, you know, is responsible for getting the shot of the front license plate missing. No, I actually do it. So there you go. Here we go. So you see that building right there? And I'm driving by, boom, and that image is let's see, I think I got it in this one right here. See that right there? That shot, that's basically what we have right now. Like if I turned, that's the side shot and I'm going that direction. And that's what this is right here. Now, right before it got there, so if you go back, I mean, this could be the right spot. Maybe the camera's right over there. You get the this other angle, and you can't really see it that good, but see how right there it's missing a front plate that would go right there, and then it shows it as it drives away. So that camera picked up exactly what I'm doing right now in this shot. And without the DoorDash, that video never happened, because that's the only time it drove by right there. Yeah, so we got the trolls showing up, you guys. Here comes the trolls. It's Troll Central. I do have one, Tammy. But go ahead and block these people. Yeah, it's hard, Gail, isn't it? Yeah, it's I mean, normally we didn't have to worry over here, but somehow lately it's just, that's how it is. Nah, I don't think so, Tamran. I just took a break yesterday. Oh, then don't watch then, Tamran. It's all right. Hey, thanks, Tiggerl. All right, so this is the back way in. So let me just show you what we just did right here. We went like this. Let's see. Yeah, I just drove right there. Yeah, it becomes Steiner and Lauder Avenue and then Taylor. That's right. So Lauder right here. And then this time, what we just saw was I went like this and around. And then it comes up like this. And then turns. And then I'll be coming back around. And here we are. We're heading down on, this is Willanta Drive, right behind the houses. And then there it is right here, basically. I mean, this time of year it doesn't, you can't see as well, but 1112 is right over there, and it can film the car driving by when the when it's a different time of year. I mean, the thing, Tamran, I just wish other people would. I don't like that it has to be the same people always doing it, but I don't know, maybe it'd be better, it'd be easier if I had thousands of people watching, but my channel isn't in the algorithm for that. Never has.
Chewbacca? I'll do Chewbacca if you want.
Hey, thanks, Alex Hendricks.
Thanks for all the great, thoughtful coverage.
Yep, and then it goes around. So this shows you that whole pass number 3, basically. Exactly what the car did. Although on pass number 3, I think it pulls into that little weird cubbyhole spot on the other street for a minute or two. Yeah, that's where the house used to be. And all this is completely empty. These are all college kids live in all of these, and they're all on summer break. The apartment still has people in them, because that, you know, that's like it's different. And this is like its typical. Okay, let's see. Is this the one that? Let's see what this one does. So this might be on the way out. So let's go back a little bit and write down this time again when we're leaving. So right, the 4:20 and 47 seconds is right when it's passing this building, right there. So right as this light, the vehicle light is picked up on that camera, that's the time it uses. So this is 4:48, and just to show you what I'm talking about, I think it's, I don't have that other document. I know which one it is, but I don't have it sitting here. But it shows the vehicle right there, and then it's 4:20 and 47 seconds. All right, so let's see. On my clock here, it's now 4:10. Not on my home. I'm talking about the video. It's 4 minutes and 10 seconds into it. So I don't know which one this, if this video drives around. It might be another one. I just want to see what it does next. But thank you, Alice Hendricks. I mean, my whole thing though is I want to be able to keep doing all the great stuff we do on the outside of the show, and I think that's what I don't want to give up, you know. Like, we've given $251,000 in 5 years to true crime related charities, and that's only possible when everybody's, you know, the ad revenue's good and the people are supporting the channel and stuff. And I'm like struggling to accept that might go away, you know. Hey, did you see what the UK guy, Alan? He's just totally. Somebody goes, man, you're kind of wrong the whole time. I mean, you know, you did it. And he goes, what do you mean? Just because I believe in innocent until proven guilty. Oh, God, every video that guy made was pro burger. Yeah, he's just kidding. Alan is. He goes out and he's repeating probably what a pro burger said. Yeah, I think that's probably Jay Embry or somebody. Hey, hey, maybe no, he said he's guilty. He admits to it, but is he really the guy? Okay. Yeah, so this is heading out. So I am leaving the correct way here. Oh no, this is the other videos that I was showing. Well, this does go out, but there's a spot over to the left there where you can see the police station. We showed this the other day. I know, they should maybe make it into a park or something, you know, maybe a dog park, or I don't know, you know, do something with it. I'm sure they'll turn it into another house. Hey, thanks, M10. Are you still there, Tamran? Now they thought they could go on. They were, I mean, the truth is, him pleading guilty in terms of stopping content in a long term by the pro-burger nut jobs was a great thing. Because if he was found guilty, they would still just pretend he wasn't guilty and they got the wrong guy the whole time. You know how that goes, that industry of, oh, they got the wrong guy. Well, he's admitting that he did it. And I think the more the prosecution can put out of his own words, of him saying something, that would really go a long way of stopping it permanently. What do you guys think? So this is how he left, and then right there is Palouse River Drive. I don't remember if this is the one. Yeah. I mean, isn't that crazy? These are all places he was driving around right here. But anyways, I'm just trying to tell you, that's my fear. Okay, so I must not have completed that. And then I think this is when I'm going to go back and check out the look of the police station. All right. So we'll see that here in a second. But I'm in a struggle mode because it used to be on this channel where it was really, everybody was always helping and supporting and stuff, but it's not like that anymore. So I've been trying to make a lot of videos and try to generate other way to bring in income, and some of those videos don't do well either. And I just wanted to be able to keep doing what we've been doing. You know, like, I mean, it's amazing to be able to, like, I've put $105,000 into a DNA fund for identifying Jane and John Does out of the income, you know. So I'm sort of, that's the part I'm struggling with, going, so if I don't care about that, and then there'd be a certain point where we wouldn't be able to do it at all. It'd just be like trying to survive as a channel. Oh yeah, you can't. Look at, I know this area now though. See, I can drive out there and I know exactly what I'm doing because I've been there 3 times and I've driven around a bunch of times. So he went there 23 times. He probably knew this area like the back of his hand. And you have to know it by the back of your hand, or you can't get around. All right, so see straight in front of us, this is still on Conestoga. So if you take Conestoga, let me show you where we're at on the map here. See, this is Conestoga right there. But we're driving this direction. And this is a spot where me and Amber, when we were out there, we were thinking that, I mean, maybe when he left for the final time, and maybe even one other time, because there's a time where he drives, like he takes, let me just show you this. There's a time where he takes a right here, and then 3 minutes later he shows up over here. But that means he was parked somewhere. But what if he drove around and just quickly went over here for a second? And then right there, and then maybe turned around and came back. You know, that might be what he did. But right now we're on Conestoga, and we're thinking maybe it's possible on pass number 4, when he was leaving, instead of just getting out of the area really quick, he went over there first to check to see if the cops were on their way or moving. You know, might not have happened, but maybe, you know, maybe that took up 2 minutes of his time, or a minute and a half. And you'll see why here in a second. Hello, Amber. Yeah, I think he's actually has to let everybody know now. Like, I think he needs to, I think before he gets sentenced, I bet you law enforcement is now interviewing him. That's probably part of the deal that they made privately. I mean, if he didn't make a deal like that, then I don't have any respect for Brian Thompson. Literally, like, I would really, like, just absolutely not believe in him at all, and just think he's lame if he didn't somehow say, well, we'll only do this if we get a full accounting of it. You know what I mean? Like, what would the point be without getting that? Because you have to give the family the actual answers, not your theory on it. So look at, that's the police station right there. I mean, isn't that wild? Like, you could just park here, and if you don't see anybody bolting out with their headlights and sirens going, then you know that nothing's happening. And it's just right back here. So let me show you where he is right now on this map, is right here. So look at that. That's the police station. And that's where this car is right now. And then look, this is just right back here. This is the camera on Paradise Drive, I think 451 Paradise Drive, that has the surveillance camera on it. That would show the Elantra driving around. And this is only right there. So what do you think of that? Pretty weird. I mean, it's definitely something where if he drove down here, he could have done something like this, watched for a moment, and then drove away. And there it is leaving. I think I need to, I don't have it on top. There it is. Pro Burgers will accept nothing less than B keys from. Right, but the problem is their arguments are going to be really weak since he's the one. So what they need to do is have an interview with him where he explains everything. Like I said before, Pro Burgers are just absolutely dumb people. And you can take that to the bank. Well, I would hope they would release it. If they do a version, you know, how they did with Israel Keys or something, where they sit down, ask him a bunch of questions, and I think I might go back down there one more time. It's pretty pretty out there, though, isn't it? With all the rolling hills and the... Yeah, it sure does, Paulette. And this time, yeah, I think I went right again. What was I doing there? Oh yeah, this is that other... I was supposed to keep going left over there. But you can still see it. It's right there. That's the police station. And this one comes out a street down below Conestoga. Yeah, so I think I just went like this and then went around. Now I'm going to come out like that. Thanks, Susan. Well, they are. I mean, I don't know how to explain it any better.
$5 for your great channel and for perverters are dumb people.
Now the thing is when the probable cause document came out, I think everybody watching my channel, after we went over it 3 times even in like a month, I tried to explain to everybody, I go, this guy absolutely is the killer here. Look at this. And we'd go over it, and we'd go over it, and we'd go over it. It's just absolutely 100% the killer. And guess what? It got worse for him every single time another document came out. Some other little piece of information. And there was never, not one Proberger out there can tell me anything that ever showed up that helped Brian Kohberger. I can't find anything. And if you find something, let me know. But I've been saying I bet you out of all the YouTubers, I've been saying he is the killer by months longer than everybody else. There's some people it took a while. They were like, I don't know, because and then they finally saw the writing on the wall and made the right decision. Let me go back a little bit here, because that's that spot you can park right there. See, look at this. When me and Amber went out there, you can park right there and see that's the house. See the dirt there? I mean, if you're right where this car is, you can see the whole house basically parked there, and that's where it seems logical that he parked on 2 or 3 of his passes where the car went down Wallanta Drive but did not go on King Road. But it also did not pass, apparently, the 1320 Linda Lane camera that's just down the street there. So that means it stopped in here somewhere, and what a perfect spot that is to continue to observe the residents. And then he drives back and would go back in. More than what? What are you talking about, Amber? I don't see anything that Lisa said. She said thanks. That's her last comment. Oh, way up there. Amber M. It was a written factual basis statement he signed, which is in the documents and no detail. I don't know what you guys are saying. I've been saying, I would say the moment the probable cause went out, we went through the whole thing, and you map it all out, that's when it's just obvious that he is the killer. It's not even a probable cause. It was like a certain cause document. Yeah. What are you talking about, Paulette? Nobody's talking about that. Yeah, I love to cover other stuff too. I mean, I have a whole folder here. Look at. Let me show you over here. I have the Virginia Beach serial killers, Donna Adelson, and then the Indianapolis serial killer that people, I'm putting stuff. This one's taken a while though. I mean, look at these names over here. This one's pretty much filled out. Barbara Jean Monaco, not yet. Brenda Ben, that one's got everything, I think. And then these 2 girls. And Karen Wheeler, I don't have anything yet for that one. Lisa Ann Jolly, not really anything for these. Patsy Cowan, I think I have that one. yeah, I mean, so I am working on other stuff. All right. All right, so that was it for that one. All right, so this is the one that I wanted to write down. Okay, so this is right here. This is, we just started off. Let's go to the very beginning. Come on. Yeah, so the A and W is back there a little bit. Jesus, this thing was crazy. All right, so this is going to be, it's going to go back into the complex, and then this will be the one that goes all the way back out to Highway 95 after the homicide. So you'll get to see in the daylight exactly what I think the vehicle did after. All right, you guys interested in that? I have no idea. I know that one YouTuber that made the animation that was almost like, you know, I mean, it was like if she didn't watch my video before she made that animation, then I'd be shocked. I mean, it had the same the camera angles, the same theory. Like, oh, Santa goes into the kitchen and sees the sliding glass door and even turns her head the same. I mean, it's pretty amazing. But her theory, I don't know. That just seemed, you know. I mean, anything could be true. I'm just showing you what I think. Nobody knows where he went after he left. All right, so just right now, here's his final pass, the ending of it. So after he's already done both of his three-point turns, he's going back for his final time. He comes around this corner at basically, you know, almost 4:07. And he comes back here. He's going way quicker than he was before. I don't know if you saw that, but I mean, it's just crazy, the camera angles. Here, let me just show you. Let me show you. God, I'm getting that thing again. Oh man. I always get these allergies in here. Ah, shit. Yeah, look. So these are images from her video. Doesn't that, I mean, you don't think that was exactly like mine when he goes into the house? Look at that. Going through the sliding glass door from that angle from behind. Then there's this one where Xana's in the kitchen looking at the open sliding glass door. I mean, that's exactly the same shot that I used in mine. You remember? From outside through the window. And then, let's see. Then this one. Like, I had almost the same angle. She's at the door and the camera's behind him over here. Not sure, let's see. Oh yeah, and then he's chasing her and they confront each other right at the door. So she had him follow him down the stairs, and then right there. And then what's this one? And then sits down in a chair. I had him on this one over here. And then this shot right here behind Dylan. I mean, it was literally, it copied every single, not every single one, but many of the shots that I had and the same things that I said. So I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't say, hey, you know, I watched this other guy who made, you know, just make it pretend that it was all their thoughts, you know. But that's typical on YouTube. I mean, I'm just saying, if you watch that and you'd already seen mine, you'd go, wow, that kind of looks, I mean, nobody would come up with that many shots that have the same angle. Forget it. All right, so here it is. We're going to write down this time right now. All right, so right when the car drives there, we are at 2 minutes and 4 seconds into this video, all right, which is equivalent to 4:20 and 47 seconds. And I was just wondering, when you guys saw that, hey, Ted Bundy, thank you. I'm saying thank you to a serial killer. No, there's no way, Pig Girl. Yeah, I mean, it'd be amazing if you had 6 or, you know, every one of those shots was their own thought, but it wasn't. She doesn't make videos like that, you know what I mean? But she can do it. Now maybe she'll have the ability to think like that, but normally she does ones where it's sort of above and then, you know, make it visible and invisible and things like that. But man, it's just absolutely, you know. And man, that video, I wish I could have a video that got seen 250,000 times. I mean, I think my animation deserved to be seen that many times, but unfortunately, it just, it isn't. Hey, thanks Ted Bundy and Timothy Cecil. Where are you going? Where are you going on your vacation, Timothy? All right, so everybody write down on a piece of paper, it's now 4:20 and 47 seconds as the vehicle is leaving at a high rate of speed. All right, and then we're going to mark down that it's on my video clock, it's 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So that's basically 0. All right. So here we go. 2 minutes and 4 seconds. And let's see what time we get out to Highway 95. Hey, welcome, Lexi Staff. Here we go. Ted Bundy, Timothy Cecil, Susan Smith, not the Susan Smith. There's M10 up there. Now I don't have any more to scroll. All right, so look at it. Right now it's on Wallanta Drive, everybody. Wallanta Drive. We've seen this a million times. And when it gets up here, it's going to take a left. And I think it's still called Wallanta Drive right here. Some people call this Ridge Road, though. It's weird how they kind of interchange these things. Hey, thanks, back pain forever. That does suck. And welcome, Carrie Lou. And now it's driving this direction. Hey, thanks to Allie Cake on Venmo and Lisa Valenzuela with the coffee. All right, this is how you get out, though. Okay, so let me just show you something right back here. So see, normally when he's doing his normal loops, he's driving around like this, and he would go left over there, and then go down on Ridge Road. But now he's taking a right. And by the way, that right there is Paradise Drive, which goes to the same place. So now he's driving down here, and he's going to take a right on Conestoga. It makes it really easy what he was doing. So that's how I learned how to do it later. It's like, oh yeah, you just take that right, then a next right, because that's Conestoga, and then you stay on Conestoga until Conestoga takes you out to, what do you call it? Out to Palouse River Drive. I was in California visiting family this week and back to work on Monday. Oh, cool. Went to Yosemite, huh? Nice. All right. So here we go. Around through this intersection is still Conestoga. So we're still on Conestoga, and now we're at 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So we can take a look at that as well, that it takes, driving at this pace, I think this is, might even be a little too fast, you know, for the area. But he was driving at a high rate of speed, so let's just call it a wash, and maybe this is the same. All right, so when I was just passing 111 or 1112 King Road, it was 204. All right, and now we're just about to get to Palouse River Drive, and it's 4:55. So that means, so let's just say I'm about to turn, and it's 5 o'clock and 4 seconds right now. So let's just say 3 minutes. So it took 3 minutes to get out of the area, driving that back way out onto Palouse River Drive. Now this is the way I think he went. All right, so I'm going to pause it really quick, and then I'm probably going to make just videos, because videos, more people see them. I'm going to make a video of these two different things. The one, you know, the part, that little, before he goes to Floyd's Cannabis shop, and then this thing here, the route back to Highway 95. So what I'm going to show you right here on the map is, this is Palouse River Drive right here, this one. And I think he drove out to the very end, took a right, and then drove all this way out in the middle of nowhere. And then he came right to here, took a right, drove down, then right here he went straight across, and guess what that is? Blaine. Right there. Blaine. Then you drive a little bit more this way, and guess what? There's Highway 95. And then they said his phone turned on, and that other in that other person's video, you do end up coming out kind of in this same general area, and even law enforcement in their probable cause document have him driving around and then coming out right here. But this doesn't take that long. He should have been here at like 4:35, because this isn't much slower than on the highway. Hey, thanks, Kamala Harris. Oh, Jesus, that must be Ted Bundy. That's the only person that would have changed their name to that. Kamala Harris just sent me a coffee. Jeez. All right, so here we go. We're going to now just continue playing it now. We're on Palouse River Drive, but we're not at Highway 95 yet. Highway 95, so we're right. Let's see. Yeah, we were just right back here, and we're going to get to this intersection. That's coming up. Is everybody following along? What do you think of that? Yeah, I think you would want to get rid of the knife. I just don't know where, you know. I mean, all he'd have to do is have as that girl, I mean, how many times have we said he had a pre-dug hole and he put it in? And that lady said the same damn thing. It's just, I don't know. It's really pretty out here, though, I can tell you that. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this in a video and describe. I'll like put a picture on the screen of the where we're going, the whole route, and then you can just. I'll probably use actually Google Maps because that one's easier to. You just click on it and it continues it. You don't have to have an address or something. But Google Earth you do. But anyways, look at. See how we can just look all around, you know? But can't you see him going a route like this? Just to avoid cameras, and it looks like he's going somewhere, even if there is a camera, he's going somewhere completely different, away from his own home. I mean, right now, he is driving completely in the opposite direction of his house. And he might have thought, man, it'll look, even if one of these buildings has a camera, it'll look like that. And, you know, why would I be going out over here? I mean, I don't know, but and then the road gets a little less, you know, normal looking out here. It doesn't have the lines on it. Yeah, I just think somewhere on this route he could have got out of his car for 2 minutes and buried that sucker. I just feel like this, you know, it could be the other routes that everybody else. We just don't know, you guys. We just nobody knows where he went, right after the homicides, other than that his phone turned on near Blaine. That's it, at 4:48. So it's kind of like, okay, well, where was he? You can come up with. I mean, what he said matches what I have pretty well. He drove on some rural road somewhere and then, you know, made his way back out. Yep, there's Ted Bundy again. Yeah, so that's definitely Kamala Harris donation was Ted Bundy. So here it is taking a right. So, you know, we just drove all the way down here like this and we took a right. And then it's going to turn left next. See that? There's the curve going left. So now we're at 9 minutes and 32 seconds into the video. So that's 7 minutes so far. You guys having fun on this little drive here? But as you're watching, if you'd like to help support the channel, I'd like to get to the level tonight where I can donate 5 memberships myself. It's been a while. I think I did it the first 2 nights and then I haven't been able to since of the month. Well, yesterday I didn't do a show, so I don't know what speed it is. I'm just driving what appeared to be a normal speed, you know. If we see a sign, I can stop. If you look it up on Google Maps, it tells you the time. Hey, thanks, Deidre Gambrel. Thank you. And by the way, you guys, I know it, when I'm asking people to support the channel and I get frustrated that it's not, you know, doesn't look good. Like, I feel bad, right? The problem is that's how I feel. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I've never been somebody that can pretend to feel something or fake something. I just tell you what I'm feeling, and sometimes it comes across as shitty because that's how I'm feeling, you know. And you know, I guess that's sort of the way it is. Hey, thanks, Teresa. Is it Teresa? I think I got that right? Yeah, I didn't really ask you, Mr. Heat Miser. So I'm gonna have to remove you from the channel permanently. Have a nice day. Yeah. What was it? I don't know if it was garbage night or not. Is it Teresa? Did I say that right? I was just thinking with the 2 S's. And thanks again up there, Deidre Gambrel. I know you're a different one. You're not the Susan Smith. Oh, cool. There you go. I did it. I pronounced somebody's name correctly. Unbelievable. Man, that's a miracle. Want to see a weird look here? Watch this. Look at that. That's like my car on... Oh, do you see that picture? That's my car on top of a world. Then you go back into it. Isn't that weird? Yeah, it is pretty out here. I mean, look at that. But hopefully you guys can just put up with me anyways, and maybe we'll get back to a better time like it used to be. Who knows? Yeah, this is the, yeah, I love this camera, man. I think it'd be just cool to have videos. Like, I have a drone. And I can put this on the drone, if you can believe that. I think it'd be amazing to have it hanging from the drone, though, instead of on top of it. That way you can look down at stuff. So, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I have to use my Mavic 2 Pro for that one. Not the Mavic Mini. That wouldn't even be able to pick it up off the ground. Yeah, I mean, we've all thought of the trash can thing. That seems pretty risky, though. So right now we're at 13 minutes and 50 seconds. So that's about 11, almost 12 minutes into that. Yeah, I guess he did put his neighbors in the neighbor's trash. Huh. Yeah, you never know. I mean, it would be interesting to look up to see what day, and maybe certain parts, you know, like in Portland, some places pick up on Thursday, some on Friday, some Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, like all different days. So maybe he found a part of the city that's away that's going to be picked up the next morning that he decided to put it in. Wouldn't that be interesting? Like, for example, out here, what if they pick up on Mondays? And all those subscribers you're seeing, everybody, are coming from my video today, not the live stream. Hey, thanks, Deborah. Appreciate it. I enjoy listening to your unique, no bullshit personality. Yeah, it causes problems though. People, I don't, you know, I'm not sure what to say. You know, some people hate my personality. sometimes I don't even like it, but I do tell the truth, you know. And so, like I just said a minute ago, I know it's not cool, like when we're struggling on nights, and I'm like, hey, you guys, you know. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. I just don't know. All right, hold on. Here we go. Isn't that beautiful, you guys?
I would say it's like having another producer in the room that.
I'm sorry, I was trying to get my 5 gifted memberships out there. Look at that. Look how cool just that is right there. That's almost like it's a drone or something. So that's probably like a normal look right there. So sometimes if you're back too far, you get the curve effect. If you use the mouse to sort of move forward, and I think that's kind of a normal view right there. Yeah, I mean, I guess like, but why I come across like I'm, you know, like a complaining sound when I'm saying, "Hey, man, you know, we need the support." And but I've seen the nights where, you know, they just if nobody's typing or chatting, then that's when I know that this is going to be a real slow one. So sometimes when we're watching videos that I think are interesting, like, wow, doesn't everybody want to watch this? I mean, look, this is the route I think he took after the homicides. Look how absolutely in the middle of nowhere this is. His vehicle just shows up on Highway 95 out of nowhere. And that's why I think he went the way I have it, because even if he was spotted going that direction, it wouldn't look right. It'd be like, oh, well, if he lived, why would he go that way then? You know, I would almost think that one of his biggest mistakes was turning on that phone by Blaine. It just wasn't good at all. Oh, is this the spot that you were talking about? Oh, that's right. We almost missed the turn. So I think where we're at is, let's see, down here. I think feels like maybe that was right there, but I don't think so. Let's see, maybe it's right there. We had to stay on the Janice Troy Road, so that was probably like right there. So when him turning his phone back on near Blaine was a big mistake, because it put his phone south of Moscow and right after the murders. And you know, it's not like it's in Pullman or something like that. It's right there. And that was a big one, because now you can sort of, and that allowed them to keep tracking it around. So imagine if he didn't even he didn't turn his phone on at all, just memorized the whole thing. They would have maybe seen the surveillance when it was on Johnson Avenue at like 326 or 526, but other than that, you wouldn't know that he was traveling around. Yeah, it was just a really bad, you know, like the DNA on the knife sheath and the surveillance and him turning the phone on near Blaine is just really bad. And sadly, the pro-burger nut jobs out there don't understand that. Like, they don't understand why that's bad. And see, and that's bad on their part. Okay, well, maybe you drive on the wrong side, LB. Have you ever thought of that? I'm driving right in the middle. So you don't know if I'm on the wrong side or not. Look, I'm right in the middle of this damn thing. Man, leave a nice trail of dust behind me there, huh? It does. It does all make sense. And it's always, you know what's weird? It's always all made sense. It's always all made sense since the probable cause. You know why? You know what the probable cause had in it? The DNA on the knife sheath, the Elantra driving around all over the place in the area, and its phone turning on near Blaine. And you see, that's the thing, is when you have all of that, you just go, yeah, no, he's the guy, man. And Elantra missing a front license plate. Do we pass your trees, Amber, somewhere? Hey, yep. The car turns itself off to save something. I don't know. I didn't turn that off. Oh, by the way, that one lady that got mad at me because I disagreed, Lisa something or other from the other night, I did look up her malignant narcissist, and I have to admit it does sound, when you read the description of a malignant narcissist, it does sort of match a lot of the stuff that Koberger is. You know? But I just always think, whenever I hear the word, somebody say narcissist, I always go, oh, here we go. Like, it's an overused term. No, solely. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Back here, you know where he put the knife just by me driving by? I saw where he put the knife. Oh, God. Okay, I backed it up. Where is it? I mean, I think he's a psychopath, but can they also be malignant Right, yeah. I mean, look at what it says. Like, I always thought he was a psychopath. Or a you know, whatever. Here, let me tell you what it says. It does sound pretty good, though. Listen to this. It said, a malignant narcissist is a term used to describe someone who exhibits traits of both narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder. See, that's definitely him. Often displayed, I mean, he's definitely antisocial, right? Often displayed aggression, paranoia, and sadism. They are characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy, and a willingness to exploit others to achieve their goals, sometimes even deriving pleasure from inflicting pain. Extreme narcissism, antisocial behaviors, paranoia and suspicion, sadism, manipulative and exploitive, and lack of remorse. So it seems like he had some of that. I mean, he's definitely antisocial, right? I mean, can a psychopath have some of that stuff in there? I mean, that's not my gig, but look how amazingly, look how pretty that is right there, that property. Yeah, everybody. But the problem is, if you have a YouTube channel and you're confident, that's what everybody calls you. He's a narcissist. Oh God. Hey, should I make new? You know, when somebody sends in a super chat, like, should I have one that says, "But Gray"? Let's see. Yeah, like a lot of psychopaths aren't antisocial though. So he's kind of got some weird, like different psychiatrists. They will all have slightly different, yeah, right. That could be full, LOL. Well, solely I drove by. I didn't see where the knife was. Alright, so right now we're at 24 minutes into this, which is 22. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get out to the highway here in a minute. Now, does he turn his phone on right when he gets to the highway or while he's on the highway? Because now he's got to take some other route that he... And by the way, that lady that made the other animation, she got the route home incorrect. And I'll show you why in a minute. Alright, here we go. Even though the probable cause mentions Genesee and the other Uniontown, man, I don't know. My memory tonight's better than normal. It's crazy. Thanks, Julie. That's right. I mean, are there any people that watched me a long time ago and you were like, oh, come on, Gray. I mean, Jesus, this, you know, I mean, we don't know if he did it or not. But I don't know what it is. But when I read the probable cause, it was just crystal clear. Like, okay. And then you... That's because you believe what the state says, Gray. I guess so. I mean, I guess I do tend to believe investigators and the information they're putting out in, you know, in general. And it's basically, if true, the probable cause is incredibly damning. Well, I didn't know anything about him until the you have to have the probable cause to make any decisions. You know, just seeing, oh, they arrested somebody, you don't go, oh yeah, wow, he 100% did it. Look at his face. Yeah, I can't do that. I do it where once we've got documents that lay out what they have on that person, then you go, okay, here we go. All right, here it is. This is Highway 95 right here. So let's see. When it finally made it out. Yeah, so it came down like that, and then like this, and then how come we're kind of, oh yeah, and then we go underneath. Oh wait, did we already go underneath? Oh, weird. Okay, so when we went underneath there, that was when it ends. I think I just drove over to here, didn't I? Wow, that's weird. And then where did we go after that? I thought that was 95. That's why we got lost, Amber. When we went underneath this, I didn't realize that was 95. And then we went here, and then we went. I was looking for Kirkendall Road. But Kirkendall Road is it's back here somewhere. On, let's see where it's, well, it's actually way over here. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I was doing on that one. But yeah, so when we went underneath there, I think that's what we were. Let's go look. Let me look at that again. Let me back it up here. I'm just going to drive again from this area. I just want to see. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch the Amazon documentary. I want to know as much of this. Has been for me, one of the most interesting cases that I've ever covered. And I always get frustrated when people are like, oh, Gray, I don't want to talk about something. Because I want to, I don't know what it is. I want to keep figuring it out, putting it all together. Yeah, but this is 95 over here. This was 95. So that when we went under that double bridge, that was 95. I thought that was some new construction or some road that they were putting in. Because that's weird though, because that means you can't get to 95. Like if you drive underneath this, how do you, I guess, well, let's see. How would this work? There's no ramp to go up here. However, when you get to that other spot, oh yeah, wow, this is cool. Watch this. All right, so this is Highway 95, and maybe he didn't turn his phone on yet, because apparently it pings west, what is it? Yeah, west of Blaine, according to Dateline. So that was Highway 95. That was, we got there at 25, about 26-minute mark. But let's say he continued then this direction. I was wondering why that road looked like that when it curved, it at an angle going into what I thought was Highway 95, but it wasn't. No, I know where I am. I'm just trying to, hey Tim, I'm just working through it right here. So then there's this other road right up here. And then there's a, this is road here, by the way, is the road that law enforcement, or in the PCA, has them on, I think. So hold on, let me just stop it right there. And then, so yeah, watch this. Yep, exactly. So in the PCA, it has them, let me wait for this thing to get off the screen here. So watch this, everybody. On the PCA, it has them driving like this. So it's Renaissance, or what's not Renaissance, Reisenhour Road or something. And it comes around, and then he gets to 95. So what if he took the same one that I just had, and he goes like this, takes a left, and then goes boom, and then he turns his phone on right there. So he goes underneath 95 to Reisenhour Road, left, and then boom, Highway 95, and that's when he turns his phone on right then. Wouldn't that be, that could be it right there. Well, she made her model that she made over there, Sparky, was really good. Like, you know, her animation, her 3D model, the whole area with the streets and everything, it's much better than mine. The only part that I'm almost certain she took, you know, liberties of were my animation inside the house, where it literally had the same camera angles and everything, and the same theory about, you know, when I said in my original video, I said when Xana went into the kitchen, she noticed that the sliding glass door was open, and then she heard a sound and I mean, that's exactly what she put in there, and that's just not something you would randomly, you know. Same angle, same camera shot from outside, looking at Xana inside. But what do you think of that? So it took that route, but then it goes under 95 and then comes back out. And so then let's turn on the probable cause overlay. So in that video that other animation person put out, she was talking about how it went all the way down to Janice and around, and she was timing it out. And that just shows that she didn't take the time to, you know, load up the maps and, you know, look at the probable cause or anything. So I'll turn it on, just the map of the probable cause, and it's right there. See that? So that's the probable cause. Now look how that matches up with Reisenhour Road perfectly. That's what they drew in the probable cause, but that's likely not the way it went, because he would have came out right over here quick. She had him going over there and then around and out and then back around. Which is, you know, anything is possible over there. This here is way too populated. So if I turn it off, look at all these buildings here, etc. But look over here, though. Notice how it doesn't go down past Janice, and over here it would ping near Janice. But obviously, if this is true here, the towers must have shown that the car never passed to hit the other sectors of the tower behind it. You see that? So it would be like the cell towers are showing that the car was always up above here. So he drew this route across, which doesn't really, you know, there's very little. Right there matches well, but this part doesn't. It kind of looks like that, so maybe they were just looking at that. I don't know, but I drove this route. I drove this whole thing. I think I cut in, might have been even right here, and then drove around and then down and then across and then back up the Highway 95 over there. But you see that? They didn't have the I mean, on that show, they didn't have the right route. This is the route across. So they cut across, and that matched perfectly to the 526 on Johnson Avenue. All right, so let's look at time it is here. So right now it is 26:56. So that would be 24:54. So it'd be 24 minutes and 54 seconds, and you add that to 4:20 and 47 seconds. And you get 45 and let's see, 4 hours. It would be 4:45 and 47 minus 6, 41, and 41 seconds. So you know when it says it pings at 4:48. I have it at 4:45 and 41 seconds, driving how fast I was driving. Right? But he could have turned and went this way, and maybe then he turns on his phone because he's like, wait, how do I thought this went to 95. I don't know. Whatever he did, but see how close that is? Like 4:48 is when his phone pinged west of Blaine. We are right now west of Blaine, and it's 4:45 and 41 seconds. So we're just missing like 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Is that the little amount of time that he put the knife somewhere, or is that the time where maybe right now he takes a left there, and maybe just that taking that left, it only takes like 2.5 minutes to get to there, and then he turns it on and it's 4:48. I mean, it's pretty wild. I mean, it's almost exactly, because we're right here and it took 4 minutes. Well, let's just do Google Maps and see what it says driving their speed. So we can then add, let's go right here. Let's see, directions. Go from right there to right. Not sure if you just stay on 95. What does that do there? I mean, you can go like that and then turn right. I mean, I guess I can just put there and see what it tells me. Okay, right there. And look at that, 1 minute. All right. Hey, thanks, Papa Rogers and Julie Becker, everybody. Thank you very much for the bucket of coffee there, Julie. So that's 1 minute. So add that So let's say it's 446 41. That's getting pretty close, don't you think? 446.41. So if he had a pre-dug hole, he could have stopped his car somewhere, thrown it in there, especially the knife, covered it up, got right back in his car, and took off. And nobody would ever find that. So there you go. It's only 1 minute from right there where we are at currently to get back out on the Highway 95. Pretty cool, huh? So I don't know. What do you guys think of that route? It's interesting how it ends up kind of going back onto the route that law enforcement put in the probable cause. Like it goes right there, the end portion of it. But look at this. I don't think law enforcement has the right route, though. And the reason I don't is because this is way too populated. Don't you agree? To stop anywhere along here, really. I mean, even there, you're just not going to do it. Too many variables going on. So let's do, let me clear this. What if I go right there? So that takes only 6 minutes. Takes 6 minutes from there. And it's actually quicker than Highway 95 is, if you can believe that. Reisenhower Road is 6 minutes and Highway 95 is 7 minutes. So they would have been at Blaine at 3:32, just like if you had gone from the house. You get what I'm saying? So there'd still be 16 minutes of missing time. The route that I'm taking, there is no missing time. Maybe a minute and a half at the most. Tim said, the crazy thing about looking for routes that avoid cameras and fit the timeline is that now these are kind of more moot questions. Yeah, he's already been convicted. Yeah, right. We're just going over it. I want to know what he did. So I'm trying to figure out what he did without knowing what he did yet. Hopefully we get to, so it's not moot at all for what we're doing here. Everybody knows he's the guy. We've always thought he was the guy. We're just trying to figure out what he did. You know? It's always kind of like a downer, though, when somebody throws something like that out there. Yeah, why the hell were we even talking about it then? But wasn't her info provided by a day? Who? Whose info? Yeah, he did sort of imply that it was in the river, I thought. That's why he said there's many bodies of water there. I think that's what he was implying. I mean, don't you guys want to figure out exactly what happened? I mean, I'm gonna try to get documents and all that stuff. We'll see how it goes. I want to see it all. I want to put it all together. I mean, the thing is I've always known that he's the killer. I mean, so for me, it's like, yeah, I just want to know how he did it. Like, what steps did he take, and right. Yeah, I mean, my only questions are just like really specific things, I know exactly when Koberger got behind the house. One thing that I think is interesting, though, is, lately when I've been making the videos, I think he went into the house probably at like 4:12 or 13. I think it's around the time that Xana's phone stopped working. Oh, by the way, I do exist. I'm pretty red, though. Look at this. People used to like red. They used to say red was my color, you know. That's what they said. Oh, look at it. I got it where it's following me again. Cool. Yeah, I just think like Koberger is an incel type person, where it's strangely though he's almost I mean in some way he's almost like an ignorant incel because that Asian girl liked him, the Korean one. She liked him, but he just didn't care or something. So it's like he's voluntarily celibate. Because he's like an incel that only wants a specific type of person. I think he landed on blonde girls. He's probably very similar to Elliot Rodger. Like, look at that girl over there. Look at that guy. They get to go home and enjoy beautiful. You know, he'd even explain it. You know, they get to have sex together. I mean, oh, and I don't get to have it. Why not me? I'm better than that guy. You know, and so Koberger probably felt sort of similar to that, and he's angered by it. He probably sit around in his car and see these people, and he's angered by it. So then one day, yeah, and then he's in his criminology studies. I don't know if he started doing that for any particular reason, but eventually he ended up with serial killer teacher, and then he's like, oh man, he then started. The idea started popping into his head.
I feel like you were the first one to work through the info and see the actual time frame and situation he could do these in. Brilliant.
Well, thanks, Kami. Yeah, definitely. I 100%. Like, even when I go on to Court TV, I was sort of a unicorn at the beginning. They'd always be like, wow, how come you're so sure? And I remember that one time Vinny did let me show the White Elantra driving around behind the building. I think that was one of my best episodes on there. They literally allowed me to explain it the way I do it, you know. But then one day, then he had the plan, and he learned about Ted Bundy, and that's when I made the video. I think in December of 2022, or maybe January of 2023. I can't remember, but it was like comparing him to Bundy, because Bundy moved from Pennsylvania to Washington. And, he probably learned about that. He probably learned about BK and Danny Rolling, etc. So then I don't think he had Madison Mogen picked out yet, but he was already collecting the gear that he was going to use. So he buys the balaclava from Dick's Sporting Good. He buys and that was in January of 2022. So he's ready to go. He's already planning this all. And then in March, he finally gets the weapon itself, the Koberger K-bar knife. And then apparently he then buys the sheath and the sharpener. And apparently he buys a Dickie suit. Don't know exactly when he bought that. But then he eventually makes it out there, and then maybe when he goes to that pool party, he sees a group of people, but I don't think that Madison Mogen was there. Don't really know, but he drives over there and he starts sort of meandering around the area looking for a target, and maybe he settles on Madison Mogen at some point. Whether or not he saw her at the Greek Cuisina or however the hell that worked. We don't know if that's Mad Greek? Mad Greek. Yeah, so we don't know if that's the Genesis, but somehow he picked Madison Mogen. So then he starts driving around and sort of thinking about how he's going to pull this off. And I bet you he sat at home and mapped things out and looked at it and figured things out, and he would go there and drive around and do all these, and he got really comfortable with driving around after those 23 times. And then he finally decided, right when it was just before a holiday where everybody would be leaving anyways, he could leave too, and right before he was changing his license plate. So then he goes that final night, he leaves just like we showed, and he drives over there. Back roads again, comes out on the highway, and then drives up or on Indian Hills Drive. Crazy stuff, driving around. Then he finally makes it into the area, does his first loop, and just the fact that he drove behind 500 Queen Road, you know, like when you look at the this right here, the fact that he drives back here shows you that he's been there a million times. Mostly you would think that you would drive in and go like this, right? You would just think that that's what you would do, but he didn't do that. And that's because if you go this way, you have to turn around. When you go this direction, you could actually just turn and keep moving. And that's why I think he may have parked more like on the side up here or somewhere along here, you know. It seems like Thompson thinks he parked back there, but I don't know if they would know where he parked, because apparently there was no blood found anywhere outside. So I don't know how they would know where he parked or anything. He could have parked back here. I always thought that he parked about right there originally. I don't know if I have it. Let me see. That's Linda Lane, or not Linda Lane, Indian Hills Drive. And yeah, so it's back here. Yeah. So he could have parked way back there and then went down through those woods. I just think that's kind of an odd place to, I mean, just, it's out of the way and everything, but it's hard to get out of there fast. And it's also very, you know, prickly and stuff going on. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I always thought he parked right there, right in this area. But when I was just there and Amber was there, it just seems really plausible that even though that might be where he would always park and look and wait and watch, that he may have parked right there and then just kind of walked down this really easy place and then around the front of the house. I mean, it's just, it looks so much easier, and it's still hidden because you're down. The more, just walking a little bit over here, you're still down about 5 feet, maybe 6, and he's wearing all black. So then he goes there, he enters the house, and then he obviously goes upstairs first. He kills Madison Mogan, Kaylee Gonzalez. Then Xana Kernodle comes up. There is some information out there that sounds like some of Xana's blood is upstairs. So maybe he attacked her first up there and she tried to run away from him and she caught him at her room. I wonder if there's droplets of blood that trail to the room. And then she got attacked there. And then he kills Ethan also in that area. And, you know, you know, did he go to the bathroom? All that stuff that's in my video. I don't know any, you know, if any of that's real. Apparently he sits down or something like that. And then he exits the house, gets in the car, and he drives out of there. And he drives exactly, I think, well, I mean, I don't know how he got out of there after he made it out to Palouse River Drive. Okay, where I have him going all around and then coming out at 446 basically is what I came up with. Now he could have done a million, you know, there's a whole bunch of different routes he could have gone, etc., etc., etc. However, just driving right down Highway 95, you're missing 16 minutes. My route, you're coming out and you're missing 2 minutes, and maybe that was enough time for him to get out of his car, put it in a pre-dug hole, fill it with dirt, put a rock on top, boom, 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 it's done. And just the knife. And then he drives home, and then he calls his mom. And they said he talked to his dad, but it sounds like more like maybe the mom. And I think on that phone call might be, you know, I don't know what, it'd be interesting to know what the hell they talked about on that phone call. And then he sat around. Now, if he didn't intend to leave the knife sheath there as a calling card, wouldn't he have driven right back at like 6 or maybe 7 in the morning even, just to look around and maybe, ooh, okay. Instead, he goes at 9 o'clock in the morning, where you would think that it was crawling with cops at 9 in the morning because you just killed 4 people. And so I don't think he went back at all to look for a knife sheath. If I didn't say sheath, I meant sheath. He didn't go back to look for the knife sheath. He just went back to observe and admire what he had done. You know, and he just wanted to look at the house and know that right now he's the only person that knows that there are 4 dead people in that house. And he just drove by just going, ha ha, you wait till later. And there's actually a camera that shows the vehicle driving back at like 9:14, and it also, his phone pings in the area. So it definitely is him and his phone are in the area. And then he drives back home, and he gets home by about 9:30. Thompson made an error in his statement. He said that he took the selfie at 9:30, but it was 10:30. So at 10:30, he takes a picture of himself, sort of proving what I just said, that he went there as sort of just to admire his handiwork. And then he goes, yeah, you know, like, woohoo, exactly what, you know, he's really pumped about it. And that was at 10:30. And then not long after that, he takes off and heads down to Clarkston, Washington. And when he gets to Clarkston, Washington, he goes to, at first, you see a car pull into the area, and his phone is utilizing the resources of Kate's Cup of Joe even. And he goes to Costco, though, and he goes in there, and he tries to get in, and he gets kicked out. And he goes back to his car, and then he takes off and goes to Kate's Cup of Joe, which isn't far away at all. He drives through the Cup of Joe drive-through. He might have even got a coffee, for God's sakes. And then after he goes through, he does a U-turn, and then he is filmed. His vehicle is filmed by the chef's door, and his phone at that time is utilizing the same resources as Kate's Cup of Joe. Then he drives south a little bit, just like, you know, quarter of a mile, to Albertsons. And the vehicle pulls in, and guess what? Now, the vehicle that has Koberger's phone in it, as it was just pinging at Kate's Cup of Joe at the same moment that it was seen on camera, now there's an individual that gets out of the vehicle that matches Brian Koberger. Because it is him. It's the same suspect vehicle, the same phone that they've been tracking, and now he gets out. So now we know for certain that it isn't somebody else that was driving the car and all those different things, and with using his phone, etc. It is Brian Koberger. And he goes into Albertsons, he buys some stuff, then he heads back out after buying that and goes back to his car, and then he drives away. And then his phone, that is only like let's just say 1 o'clock or something. And then he doesn't turn his phone back on until 5:32, and between 5:32 and 5:36. And he turned that on right here. Like right in this area over here. He turned his phone on at 5:32 to 5:36. You know, that is sort of interesting. Because now we're right there. Let's say I don't know what side of Johnson. Did it ping on the highway? Because there's a tower right there. But then, you know, like now you have these roads over here. And I guess even that lady that made the animation, she has it coming up in this area. Somewhere, I think. Yeah, like down over here maybe. And then, so then that's not that far away. Johnson. I mean, maybe he could have driven up a back road here, retrieved the knife or something, and then headed back. I don't know. It's just random speculation there. And then he, hey, thanks, American lady. So after that, he just pretty much, he goes home. At 8 o'clock, his phone pings back in Pullman. So then another 3 hours where it's missing, and then basically nothing. And then he drives all the way back to, then his dad flies in, and they come back together. They drive, and on the way back, when they get to Indiana, within like a 15 or 20 minute period, he got pulled over twice. And I think his dad flew back because his dad knew something. It was like right after apparently the Elantra was mentioned, and I don't know if it was right after that, but remember how we did not have service at Wawa? Yeah, there was none. So I mean, he might have tried to do that, but it doesn't work because, as I've explained, if your phone pings near Blaine at 4:48, you can't get to Wawa Park and then back to Pullman by 5:30. Okay, and that just shows you that the whole story is complete crap. And also, that would mean, even if it was, I mean, the timing doesn't work. But when you go to the park to look at stars, you don't just pull up and then drive away at 100, nobody does that. So it's not true, none of that stuff. I don't think they were concerned about that. It doesn't work mathematically. I've already timed it all out. I don't think law enforcement was ever concerned about their stupid alibi. Wawa Park. Well, I sometimes go to Wawa Park. Well, what about that night? I don't know. I just sometimes go there. They never even said that night he went to Wawa Park. Did you notice that? He just said, sometimes I would go to Wawa Park. I like to drive in the evenings. So, yeah. And look how far away that is over here. I mean, let's just do it right here. Let's just do on the map. Let's see. If I go to Google Maps, and then where's Johnson? Oh, Blaine is what I'm looking. So let's just put it right here. Directions, go to just right there even. And then the next place we'll just say is Wawa Park, which is right there. And so how did that have me go? So this is the way that other person that made the video said he would have gone. And that's the fastest route. See that? That's the fastest route. So that would be going down to Uniontown, over here. And let's see. So that was 35 minutes. The other one are 41, 43. Let me think. 448. But he didn't do that route though. He drove across, so it's hard to really make a good comparison. So that'd be, we'll add 448 and add 35 minutes to it. So you're already looking at 5:23, right? Isn't that right? It's already 5:23, correct? Or is that not right? Yeah, I mean, it's 12 plus, no, 17, so 5:17. Right? 17. Ah, shit. Math is. So if it's 12 more minutes to 5, and you're adding 35, so you subtract 12 from 35, that would be 23. So it'd be 5:23. All right, so it's 5:23 would be the time it would be if he drove to Huawei Park, right? So now let's just clear this out again. And we'll go from Huawei Park to let's see. This is Pullman. This is 95. I'm looking for Kirkendall because we know the route that he took. Is that it right there? Ah, forgot how to spell it. Shit. Okay, this is where it came in. I think it's right there. There it is. So that is Kirk. Oh, there it was. I just didn't zoom in far enough. All right. So this one will go right here. And then the next one, his vehicle pinged. I think it's like right at one of these businesses right here. Hold on. I have to go over here for a second. Those are all from my video, those subs. Alright, so it's right there. 1300 Johnson. Oh good, I can just put that in. Look at that. So, to get from Huawei Park, the fastest way and the way that you had to have... God, shit. God dang it. Can I get rid of these? If I hit the... Does it work if you... Well, it said 30 minutes. I saw it. God, how does that happen like that? It's just crazy. Oh, that might... I think I fixed it. There you go. All right, so 30 minutes. So you add that to the 5:23, and it would be 5:53, you guys. He would make it to there at 5:53. So it's virtually impossible. He was there at 5:25. So 5:25 to 5:53, that is a tremendous amount of time that's impossible to make up unless you're driving like 90 miles an hour the entire way. Do you get it? So that just proves, well, Huawei Park is an absolute joke. All right, that never happened. All right, anyways. Any questions? Yeah. I did that a long time ago and it still didn't make any difference to the Pro Burgers. I just did, Tim. I just told you. Jesus. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, so he got to Huawei at 5:23 and 30 minutes from Huawei to Johnson Avenue. He should have been there at 5:25, which is only 2 minutes from Huawei Park. I mean, he would have had to do it in 2 minutes. I mean, think about that. He's at Huawei Park, and he has to get in 2 minutes from right there to 1300 Johnson Avenue right there. Wow, that's not happening. So there you go. That wasn't ever true. We put that out there a long time ago. And they said the Probergers are still like, well, what, he was at Way Park, Gray. Oh yeah, I gotta go play this. Look how funny this is. It was on Alan McMahon sent it to me. I gotta go play it. He said he clipped my video and he sent it to a friend and they were laughing. Here, look at this. It's just hilarious. So this was me when I was in Moscow, right? And I was doing that show. Listen to this. I'm even laughing, and then I guess Alan's laughing in the background. Here, watch this. Watch this. Hold on.
I'm sure they'll get, when I was on Court TV, do you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory, I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again. When I was on Court TV, do you guys see that?
God, that's good stuff, man. So even they're laughing in the background. My fake cry, though, man, that's good shit. Let me do that again. Let me do it again.
When I was on Court TV, do you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory, I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again. When I was on Court TV.
That's some good shit right there, man. Oh, God. I think I was just on Court TV right before that. But, oh, man, that is... Oh, man, I don't know why that's so funny to me, man. That's just... that was good. Yeah, that's what they do. Every time I'm on Court TV, in the comments, Vinny, I can't believe you had Gray on again. Every time he's on, I turn the channel. That's so funny. He said he sent that to his friend and they think it's hilarious. I think it is too, though. That's the thing. Just imitating the Karens out there, you guys. Just imitating the Karens. Gray, my name's Karen and I'm pretty cool. Well, I just, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I don't know why that's so funny to me, though. It's funny to watch. Like, I've actually watched myself sometimes and I laugh. Like, I think it's funny, you know. Like, I'll just have it playing randomly in the background. And when I go on some of my riffs or whatever, it's funny. There, let's play it again. Let's do it again. Yeah. Let's see, where is that? Hey, thanks to girl again. Here, I'm gonna play it again. Here we go. Wait.
I'm sure they'll get when I was on Court TV, do you guys see that? I'm sure they'll get the obligatory, I can't believe you had Gray on your show, Vinny. I'm never watching again. When I was on Court TV, do you guys see that?
I think it makes me laugh when I laugh at the end, too. Like I go, because that's exactly right, though. That's what they do. You know, the freaking troll nut jobs, man. That looks like Gray. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, isn't that weird? That, this one right here. Where is that? This thing right here. You guys see that? Right there? Doesn't that look like me with the visor and the goatee and everything? Can you see that? That little thumbnail I put in there? But what's weird about that is I was covering a case and there was a lock on a gate with just paint chips missing. And I looked at it and I go, that looks like me. So I screen grabbed it and I made it an emoji. But that's just paint. That's what you call, what is it? Pareidolia. Hey, cool, Tracy Harrison Sass. Yeah. Right. I mean, yeah, I mean, that my fake cry is the best. That's the part that's so funny about it. Never... I don't know why it's making me laugh so much. Yeah, well, I don't know how to make... Well, I can go like this. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it bigger there. See that? Right there. Maybe if I went like that. There you go. See that? It looks like my visor, goatee, you know? Anyways, you guys, I'm trying to get to a place where I don't feel the same pressure, like, oh, you know, we got to reach the goals and everything. But I don't know. It's hard not to figure that out because the shows have always been like a good, like a 60% of the revenue. Yep, pareidolia. That's what I said. Hey, great to see you in a good mood, having fun. Can we get a small wave? Well, if you had started it, maybe, Tracy. Look at that, 65 months. That's right below, what is it, like, what did Zozo had something like that, right? Well, there you go. Look at that. Tracy Harrison Sass trying for a mini wave. Told us can't see most of them. Oh, you guys want me to go through the emojis? I guess we could do it like that if I click on it and then I hit enter. All right, here we go. Wait, is there a way to... Wait, maybe if I do that again. Copy. So a lot of people don't know what the emojis even mean, so we'll just go through those. But here's what I'll do. I'm going to zoom in on this somehow. I don't know. Right there, and then
I will join the wave. Ocean wave emoji.
That, and then there you go. That worked pretty good. So let's see, is that one working? Let's say I switched it to this one and then I hit enter and I select that. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Really blurry as hell, but all right, here we go. We're gonna do it. Hey, thanks, Amber. Made it. And Sandy Shirley.
Waving.
Thank
Ocean
you.
wave emoji.
You made it back. All right, so here we go, everybody. That's the first one right there. That is, well, I guess you could say I had sort of a Brian Koberger type of a moment, but not quite as bad. But I was at, I mean, when I say that, I mean a word that I said. Where I was at a bar and there was this cute waitress, and then I was talking to her and I got her to sit down at my table, I think it was just me and her. And she had those, you know, those kind of eyes that are like really light gray and then dark pupil or something. They look sort of, you know, well, they were pretty, but I said, I meant to say, well, what I said was your eyes look like a lizard. But what I meant to say was you have exotic looking eyes. But I said, man, your eyes look like a lizard. So that's where this lizard eye emoji came from. It's like saying something stupid. That's it's not as bad as birthing hips is what I was trying to refer to earlier. That's what Koberger said. So yeah, it didn't work out for me. I think she got up and left. But I mean, why wouldn't you say, well, what do you mean by lizard eye? You know, I guess she just wasn't interested. All right, anyways, we got this one right here. And that the cat eye there is really just kind of came about a long time ago when somebody donates like $50 or more. There's an animation that pops up on the screen. You know, it's like, and then okay, then we got this guy. This is Rodeo Clown. Like when somebody comes in, we just say, oh, look at this Rodeo Clown. And there it is. That's for that. This one right here is our basically kind of like the logo, a Generous Freaks. I think when this came about, it was during COVID. And I put it on mugs and I sent it to all of our nurses that were, or if you said, hey, I'm a nurse, I would send you the mug during COVID for the crazy work they were having to do. The generous, and then it became sort of like Generous Freaks, you know. All right. Oops. The next one is, what the hell is this? Yeah, I remember that was just from one show we were doing a long time ago where I was just covering something and somebody showed up and went, what the hell is this? And for some reason it was just really funny. So, I mean, we ended up saying it all the time, like, what the hell is this? Yeah, some people would just come in and type that in after that. All right, here's the boom one. Well, that's just self-explanatory. But like on this channel, when we find something that's noteworthy, I'll say boom, or can I get a boom? And everybody types in boom, 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 boom. Like that, right? And this is our old buddy Blue. He was like the show mascot for, well, ever since I was doing the show until last year. I had to, you know, I could have probably kept him alive, but he was just absolutely not happy or anything, so we had to put him to sleep. He was the best dog I ever had. And this, I think, is our a fly, Clem. But the fly came from a particularly interesting story. It was, so we had these, my wife put manure out in the backyard for fertilizer, and then all of a sudden all these flies started showing up. And so then I bought this liquid that has holes in the top of the jar, and all these flies started going in. And the jar actually got half full. I mean, it was just so filled. It was like 1,000 flies in it. So my idea, I was like, God, that juice must really be working well. I'd like to keep that. So let me seal the top. There's still some buzzing around. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in the microwave. And I turned it on and it killed the rest of the flies. And then I strained the flies out in the sink, pouring the juice back into the container again. And then I tapped the flies out in the toilet, flushed them down, and then I put the lid back on the fly trap and brought it outside. And boy, I mean, that fly, now it's like nuclear flies. soup or whatever. And then it started bringing in flies from the whole state. You know, it was like, I didn't sign up for this. Yeah, it was pretty weird. Yeah. I wouldn't call it macabre. They're flies, for God's sakes. It wasn't the brightest thing in the world, though. You can make millions on that process. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And this one right here is a troll. You know, like Ruthie. Right there. See that? We could type that in. And that's just a troll 3D character. Yeah, it was pretty dumb. God. I mean, Jesus. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. And this one's back to you, Jim. You know, like when you're watching news channels and the reporter always says, back to you, Jim. One time we were literally doing the show, playing a report, and the lady's talking, giving us an update, and then she says, back to you, Jim. That's after we already had the Back to You, Jim logo. All right. Oh, yeah, and here's this one. Correct. And that's what this says.
Correct.
Although they say it says cracked, but it sounds like correct to me.
Correct.
Doesn't sound like correct. Anyways, correct, right? So I don't like the word correct when people say that, when you're talking to them. Especially when they ask you a question and they say, correct, correct, correct. And I got that from, I was working at a bank, and this lady who didn't know what the hell she was doing would always ask me, hey, Gray, can you help me with this? And so I'd be sitting at her computer, and she'd be standing up next to me, and I'm showing her, and everything I'm showing her, she says, correct, correct, correct. And I'm like, why are you saying correct? I know it's correct. I'm telling you how to do it. And then I realized that she kept saying correct, correct, over and over again, so that when people would walk by, it would look like I was asking her questions and she was helping me. All right. Anyways, next one. Have to do it over here, I guess. Back to you, Jim. Correct. Oh yeah. And then this one right here. What's robotic, Ruthie? Are you okay? Ruthie? You seem like you're stoned or something. And this is just a screaming lady that seemed to match...
Stupid as being not.
Not that one. One of these sound effects that I have in here. This one. All right. There you go. There's that one. And then we got this one here. This one is our desire to not talk about Chris Watts. I mean, every once in a while, it's like, you know, sort of an appropriate comparison. But that case right there was ludicrous to me. I mean, it was over the first day, you know. But I guess in some ways, you know, since, you know, people wanted to see why he did it, I just think it was like way overdone. You know, he already kind of said why he did it. It was obvious why he did it and everything. When the chat is crazy. That one. And this one right here is the guy from Ancient Aliens. And I do that one because there are people that come in and go, hey, Gray, what if this? And if that's true, what if this happens? And if that's true, what if that happens? And if that's true, what if that happened? Well, it's already your initial what if. It was already absurd. So then to tack on 3 additional what ifs is even more absurd. All right. Let's see. And this one right here. This one's look it. So there was a guy named Straight Drop. That's how he'd make his videos and get people to watch. He'd go, look it right here, look it right here, look it. You move right here, look. And so then we would go, look. And then it became where people would put look it when they want to get my attention, because there's like something on the screen covering up what they're supposed to be looking at or whatever. And then this one is, Gray, you're so mean. Okay, there's this so mean one right here, look. So mean. That one. All right. And then, oh, this one's a good one. I like this one. This one is Girl Code. And where that stems from is how women seem to be able to communicate with each other with almost saying absolutely nothing. Okay? Like you guys can sit there and go, yes, I'll be there at 6. You know, nobody knows where the hell you came up with I'll be there at 6 off of that first part, but somehow you're able to do it. It's a glance, it's a something. It'd be great to learn some of that stuff. Haven't figured it out yet. All right, so we got that. And then, oops. I've already explained this one, not that one. This one right here. I explained that. That was just a look, sort of like me. Look it right now. Look it. Look it. See? It looks just like me, for God's sakes. But it was just paint. A paint chip on a lock, for God's sakes. All right. And here is yeah, why can't I remember his name? Grady Judd, for God's sake. Grady Judd. All right, so here are all the Grady Judd highlights we got. Here's one.
This guy may be like the dumbest person on the face of the earth.
Or how about this one?
Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
Or this one?
Did you hear what I said?
Or this one?
You know, that's just one step above stupid.
Or this one?
Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains?
And this one?
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working. There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp. Stupid is being nice. You're an absolute moron.
You! God. That's Grady Judd. The legend. This guy here, I don't know what this one, this is from a case we did. I don't know what this guy is. I might trade him out at some point. But no, we don't really, nobody ever types that one in, I don't think. And then this one is, oh, this is a good one. So our buddy Cairo, that we haven't seen in like a year, it seems like. He went into a bar one time, or not a bar, he was at a hotel, and he was going out to smoke a cigarette. And so he had a cigarette in his mouth, you could hear it, and he was going to go light it. And right when he opens the door, this lady who's sitting outside, who's a woman of the night or a sex worker or whatever, So when, let's see, when when he opens the door, she goes, and then Cairo goes, Chewbacca? And then she goes, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to be. Or you want me to. Well, so I'll play it. This is it right here. Listen to this. So just think about it. It's a door swinging open. And then right when you open the door, the person on the ground sitting there makes a Chewbacca sound. And then Cairo, who's never even seen Star Wars but knows what Chewbacca sounds like, said, Chewbacca? And then she said, well, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to. Like all guys out there, we're looking for a Chewbacca-like woman, all right? There it is.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
See, he recorded that. He used to record all that stuff. Isn't that crazy? All right, one more time. Listen to that. The door opens. Chewbacca?
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Oh, boy. That's right, the blue sneaker Cairo. That's right. He probably never even knows that we talk about him sometimes. Yeah, I don't remember what this guy is either. He was another case. Just a weird, creepy looking, bug-eyed person. Look at that. Oh yeah, and this one was just one of the, they wanted me to be called the GOAT. The greatest of all time. So they told me to make one of these. I forgot, who was that guy? Scott Holland. I remember that. And then this one is, this is Chloe. Or the little dog. She only weighs like 3 pounds, not even 3 pounds, I don't think. But she's the only normal dog that we have. Clancy and Benny, all they do all day is hover around each other like this and go arr, arr, and they just kind of go around in circles. Yeah. But that's Chloe. And then, you know, this is me in prison. Nobody throws me in prison anymore. Remember how that used to be sort of like the night saver, where you guys would throw me in prison and then you'd bail me out and that would get us to our goal and stuff like that? I haven't been thrown in prison for a while, and now when I get thrown in prison, the bail isn't coming in. I get left in there. And it doesn't help. So I don't know what happened to that, but it disappeared. Oh yeah, and this one right here is, it was like something on Google Earth, and it looked like an alien or something. I don't know what, we never use it for anything. I think I need to replace some of these. I like this next one though. So this right here, doesn't that, look at that, there's sunglasses and a hair. It's like Elvis, right? But you know what that really is? It's the stain on the shirt of Richard Allen, the individual who killed Abby and Libby. That was the stain on his shirt. Another pareidolia moment. Pareidolia. Yeah. I know a whole bunch of them that I can get rid of. And I don't even remember what this one was. What was that? Was that somebody's face like upside down or something? Or I don't remember what that one was. Alright. So there you go. That is the That's it. You notice, like, most people didn't want to stay around for that. We had 345 watching, and then they all left because it was something else. I don't know. Was that Stearns? I don't remember what that was. Yeah, what the hell is that? I don't know what that is. I think that's a person or something. All right. Well, anyways, you guys, I think that's it tonight. That's a 3-hour show. Time flew by. There were some funny moments in there. I know the start wasn't that great. I was just like, come on, the guys, let's get moving. We got to get to our goals again. Chewbacca? Chewbacca? Here it is. Chewbacca? I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to. Let me do it with Mary Lou. Chewbacca?
I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Come on, Mary Lou. Jesus. Yeah, I was thinking of turning it upside down. I just don't remember how it was made, so. I was kind of looking at it like, is that a forehead and those are the 2 eyes? I don't know. Yeah, that was a pretty cool show. But I'm working on trying not to care. But, man, how do you not care when we've made such a big difference for all those years? I don't know. Well, they do, Crimezilla. You might not be one of them, but yeah, there are people out there that do. When you say people don't, that's just not accurate. Yeah. Let's see. That's why we made the goal tonight, because people had the ability to help support the channel. Let's see. Poor Mary Lou. I know.
Poor me, Gracie.
Yeah. So, anyways, hopefully, I mean, it sucks because the 23rd is when the gag order breaks. So that's 18 days from now. So I'll probably put out a video tomorrow just on that other route to see if people are interested in it at all. But it's just good to have it out there. The one from Nevada Street to the Floyd's Cannabis shop. Oh, okay. Well, that's you though, Crimezilla. So sorry about that. You said people don't, not yourself. Let's see. I'll be there. I'll be here. All right. Well, we're gonna try to do the thing with as the information comes out, we'll sort of plug it into what we already know. I think it'll be really interesting. So I guess at this point, it is a little bit like, the whole getting the information in Chris Watts, because he admitted he did it. But this one's been totally different than that, where for 2 years, they've claimed that he didn't do it, and there's nobody out there thought Chris Watts didn't do it. There's a whole community of idiots out there that think Brian Koberger didn't do it. Yeah, but sorry to hear that, Crimezilla. Your comment, though, was sort of more of a blanket statement for everybody else. Why is it hard? What's going on in that field now? Seems like that should be a field that is packed filled with people. There's so many people. All those the trolls on YouTube, they need mental health. The people on Reddit, though, they need mental health quick. The people that make those crazy YouTube channels that make videos, oh my god. yeah, this is to me, it's one of I always thought out of all the cases I've covered, this is one of the top most interesting ones. Like it's just this is somebody. It's not like it's the only one that we've covered that's like this so far. I mean, Rex Heuermann, I guess you could say but he was an actual serial killer, Rex Heuermann. I'm just talking about like. It's weird. This is a really strange one. He went in and killed people just because he wanted to kill people. Those people did nothing to him. Now, Rex Heuermann, he had sort of a sexual gratification element to it, where Kohberger, it's more like this sort of, I don't know, a hate for a type of person and then goes in and kills them. So that's why it's just different to me. No, they're not paying. Jeez, that's stupid. Well, make yourself available for free membership, Crimezilla. I'm sure there's a lot of memberships given out. I'm sure you could get one. You didn't know what? Oh, that's not what it is. Come on, Amber. Jesus. Oh, don't try to throw that in there. That has nothing to do with it. All right, let's see. Yeah, just make yourself available. I mean, it has nothing to do with the federal government's cutting money so that there's no money for the psychological thing. If the state governments are cutting it, sure. Right. There's always some sort of a blame every time. I guarantee you, if there was a different administration in there, if the same element was happening, somehow it wouldn't be attributed to them. It's just the way it is. Let's see. They better keep you. Yeah, Amber knows what she's doing. She's needs to stay away from those violent nut jobs that. I think that's how she broke her jaw or something. Yeah. Well, the states, they just choose to cut that and give money I actually think that a lot of money will start coming back once we're not giving our money to people that shouldn't even be in the country. Millions and millions and millions of dollars of funding get transferred to people that shouldn't be here, and maybe that'll make it come back. The borders are basically shut down at this point. Oh, it was a girl? Oh, jeez. I didn't know that was a woman that did that. That's crazy. Think they are right as rain. Yeah, those. Well, at least here's what you can know for certain now. I mean, we've known it here because this channel, almost everybody on it, 100% knew that Kohberger was the killer. Like, it's not like, oh wow, okay, I thought he might be, and then. But on this channel, everybody knows because we go over it in a way where it's just obvious, right? Like, we've seen it all, the timing of things, the surveillance footage, everything, just clear as day. The Kohberger people, so you can know for certain right now that anytime you hear one of them or see one of them say he's innocent, you know that they are absolutely one of the dumbest people on the planet. Okay? Because now the actual killer has told everybody that he did it, and they're still not believing it because it doesn't fit what they want it to be. All right? Here, let's see my video from the day. I haven't checked it for a while. Let's do a check. How's it doing? How's it doing? Oh, Jesus. That's not what I wanted to do. YouTube Studio. Content. Wow. Yeah, video. This is the one. All right, let's see. What are we at? Here's the video. All right, so this down here. See, look at that. It's this one's doing better than normal videos for some reason. Today's, like yesterday's was good too, right? But look at 15,000 views in 8 hours. That's pretty good. But that's not the actual number. Watch this. When you hit analytics, it's behind on YouTube. It's at 20,000. And then look at this. 139 subs from today's video. See how like video, I never even get subs when I do live streams. I might get 2 or 3 maybe. But look at that. 139 subscribers. And the day's still got 2.5 hours. And look at this. It's actually getting better. See how it went like this? And this is my normal slot right over here, right? This one is shooting up, and let's see, the average time is only 7:44. That blows. I mean, that's just shit. It's a 20-minute video, right? But it's interesting because look at this. In the last 60 minutes, it got 2,600. That's crazy, you know? And the last 48 hours, 20,214, and you know, like in 60 minutes, that means it's actually increased the 60 minutes since it was put out. Like it got better and better, and then it went to like 2,000. Now it's at 2,600 again, and so that's a good sign that in the morning it might be at something like 30,000 or something. We'll just see, I guess. But that's pretty interesting, right? It's 3.4 times higher than usual. So at least there's one video that did pretty good. Finally. But who knows how well it really... 7 minutes and 44-second average of a 20 isn't very good. That doesn't add up to good ad revenue. If it was like 11-minute average, that would probably be pretty good. I'll show you what the ad revenue tomorrow is. Or, well, it won't be tomorrow. It doesn't show until like the day after tomorrow. You got another one? I was a pro burger. I was wrong. I need 2 humble pies and a tent to wipe. Were you really, Demon Dog? Let me ask you something, Demon Dog. I mean, just for the hell of it. What made you think that he didn't do it? I mean, we covered it on here, and it was so clear and obvious the entire time. So who were you watching? Like I was never like, As soon as I read the probable cause and went through every detail in it, mapped it out, it couldn't have been more clear. And then it got worse and worse and worse, which was hard to do because it was already so clear. But what made you, as a somebody out there watching, like who were you watching? The clown with the spiders on his eyes, or the UK guy who never made a video that ever pointed the finger at Koberger, but made every video that he made was to point to him doing it? I just want to him not doing it. I mean, it was just crazy. There was no information out there that showed that he didn't do it. It was all invented stories that people made up and put out on these channels. And I think they should be punished for it from their viewers. I just think it's bizarre. I don't know. I was thinking of covering I was thinking of covering like Rex Schuerman again, or, and I've been looking into these, what looks like a serial killer in, where was that beach again? Jeez, now my brain's not working. It's Virginia Beach, back in like the 70s and 80s. I mean, it's amazing. There's all these people that are just killed, and these girls, and they're all unsolved still, a lot of them. Yeah, I just want, I wouldn't mind if Demon Dog would just say why, you know, like what was it that, you know, what are you looking at? I just didn't think he had it in it. It's just hard to imagine anyone doing it. Okay, well that's what made you think he didn't have anything in him, because you watched them. You know. But there's a lot of stuff that showed that he definitely had that kind of a mindset to be able to do something like that. It's weird too, because those other channels, they would never put out the really damning stuff to their viewers, because they wanted to keep them, like, you know, that Jay Embry guy. He's like the classic person who just is I don't know what he was doing, but he was tricking his viewers into believing that he was on to all this other stuff behind the scenes, and he wasn't. And I kept watching, just going, man, his viewers are being just absolutely, it's mind-boggling. They believe him. Look at the comments down here. Now, we've already done Noah Pressgrove like 4 times. Let's see. He's a guy that was at a party and he's on the side of the road. Yeah, we've done that so many times. It's just... but then, look at what he said the other day. He put a video out and he goes, wow, looks like Kohberger, you know, it looks like he did it and stuff. And then his viewers got so angry, because he was always saying he didn't do it. And they go, no, he didn't, no, he didn't. They forced him. And then he deleted the video. And then he made a new one saying, I guess it's my job to prove that he didn't do it. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, no, that's not your job. Your job is to put out the facts of a case, and wherever those facts lead, that's the truth. And in this case, Kohberger himself has come forward and confessed to doing it. And not only that, the facts all show that he did it. Now, I don't think he did it before. Found dead, rolled up in a gym. I've done that before. Yeah. Done that one 3 or 4 times, too. What do you guys think about, like, doing Adelson? We covered that once a long time ago. I do have the probable cause. Maybe we could go over that. That one's pretty interesting. Did you, Dixie Hippie? So you were actually, they're pretty convincing, some of those people, right? They make it sound like you're almost dumb for thinking that Kohberger could do it. Like you're caving into what law enforcement's saying. You know, you're just going by what they're saying. It's not true. It's all set up. They always say, yeah, it's a cover-up. Yeah, the Adelson one. Maybe we can go over that one. But how about, like, tomorrow? I'll put out my video, but tomorrow evening maybe we'll discuss that serial killer situation in Virginia Beach. Would you guys watch that? I mean, we'd be going over the PDF files like we used to do all the time. And maybe we'll just do like 3 of them or something and then move on. And then do another 3. There's too many of them. There's actually 2 of the girls. It's weird. They were seen and then their bodies are found in the ocean. And they've been hit by propellers of a boat but they were, I don't know, like dead. They were already in the water and then killed or something. It's just really weird. They don't know how that happened because they weren't really supposed to even be in the water. Both of them. Yeah, it was like a serial killer, Virginia Beach. Here, maybe we'll just look at one of them. Right here. Let me see. Alice Askew. Yeah, see, look at this. Body in woods is beach woman. A body of a young woman found late Thursday near Shore Drive was identified Friday as that of Alice Margaret Askew, 18. Detective Sergeant W.D. Hayden said medical examiner reports show that Miss Askew died of head injuries and possible strangulation. Further lab tests are being conducted. Miss Askew was last seen alive Monday hitchhiking west on Laskin Road. Hayden said she was on her way to work but declined to say where she was employed. Miss Askew, who lived at 3102 Laskin Road, that doesn't seem to be a building anymore, was reported missing Tuesday by Robert C. Robertson of the same address. Her nude body was found in the woods adjacent to Fort Story Bypass, about 1 mile west of 83rd Street traffic light. Police would not say who found the body. Hayden said Miss Askew, who was divorced, came to the area from Tennessee 3 or 4 years ago. She would have been 19 this month. And then there's more articles that go on. Don't you think that would be interesting? We could map it all out, put it together. And then there's this many more just on that case, you know. And then it probably gets into more information. Hitchhiker found dead on roadside. And that's her. She was a hitchhiker. Yeah, so. I don't know. I guess we'll have to do it. You guys want to do it or not? Does that sound interesting? I wouldn't expect more than 180 people, though. That's just kind of how it is. Yeah, it's like old times. This is what we used to do. But these days, it's hard to... We used to have 350, even if I did that. And that's what sucks, is when you don't cover every night the one big case that everybody wants, people don't show up. Even if they say, oh, I'll be there, you know, they're just not there. So we'll try it. We'll give it a shot. See how it goes. So I want to say thank you to Sandy Shirley, 28 months, Lisa Valenzuela, 28 months, and Paul Marino, J-Love, Jessica Schubach, Tagirl. Am I saying that right? Tagirl? Can you... I'm going to pause the show. Type in, is that what I'm supposed to be saying? Or should it be the girl and you accidentally spelled the T-E-H? Yep, tomorrow night. Am I saying that right? I don't know. I haven't really done the Jack and Lily kids missing. I know there was an arrest in the Tara Baker murder. Can you dig into that? She was the UGA first-year law student. Tara Baker? I can put that in a folder, see what happens. Is it an old one? When was that? When's the Tara Baker story? So it's Tagirl. It should be the girl there, right? Alright, anyways. Suzef, Franca Romano, Richard Watts, Tagirl, Michelle H., Suzef, and then Cheryl Moran with a double cat eye. Then we have Tagirl again, then Alice Hendricks, and thanks Tagirl for all the support there. And then M10, 5 gifted memberships. Alice Hendricks did Super Chat. And then we had Susan Smith, not the Susan Smith. And then Ted Bundy, and not the Ted Bundy. And Timothy Cecil, yes, the Timothy Cecil. Lexi Staff gifted a membership. Then Back Pain Forever, unfortunately, gifted a membership. And Timothy Cecil and Deidre Gambrel and Teresa gifted 5. Very cool. Thank you. And Deborah H. And then I gifted 5. Then Julie's been here 2 months. Thank you. And then K-Me. And then K-Me with a super chat. K-Me for 30 months. Then American Lady. T-Girl again. Tracy Harrison Sass, 65 months. And then a super chat. Then Amber M. Sandy Shirley. M. Hale, a new member. And Amy Justice League, 40 months. All right. Then we had Papa Roger did a coffee. And then Elliot Roger, just kidding. Then Julie Becker with can of coffee. Then we had Ted Bundy a couple more times again. And then we had Lisa Valenzuela, and then Kamala. Yeah, there you go. By the way, Plungers, she's, oh, geez, what's going on with my camera? It's like all over the place. Was it turned over here when I turned my head? She's helping me try to learn how to do, like, look for how to get files and things. Seems like it's just a lot of digging around until you find the right place. But, yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her. Let's see. There was a pod, and in my opinion, it's the young lawyer. I know his name, but I don't even know what you're talking about. You have some real long-term supports. You really deserve better recognition, but the world is crazy. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, what I look at is I've been on Court TV like 20 times at least now, and I've been on even Nancy Grace, and then I've been on with Ashley Banfield. You know how I remember her name when I forget it? I remember that her name is exactly like the name of the field next to 1122 King Road, Banfield. And then it immediately pops into my head again. It's pretty funny though, isn't it? Anyways, thank you all for watching. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow, all right? So thanks for being here, and yeah. Make sure when I make videos, hit the like button and share the videos. And that somebody subscribing is from the video that I put out. You notice how you never see that when I'm doing my show? But when there's a video in the background, then it's going all the time. That's why it's good making videos. So anyways, thanks everybody. See you tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4.
And a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and an 8 and a 9 and...
Would you shut the hell up,
this
Mary
whole
Lou?
time, I have
Gosh,
not
Gray,
seen
that
one
isn't
person
very nice.
That is a
Crime dissector, with a projector. I'm a certified human lie detector. I'm gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pop protector, full life like the interceptor. I'll be the dollar specter with a vector.
God, what are you doing?
With all respect, y'all. Just remember, I've a temple fucking check.
Just sing it away, Gray.
I have no agenda.
I'm a pretender, and I'll slip into your stable like a blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Oh my God, Mary Lou, have another cigarette, would ya?
Gray, I've been smoking the new cigarettes with Retsin.
Cigarettes with Retsin? Isn't that in Lifesavers? Or Certs, I mean?
Yeah, that's in search, Gray.
Oh my god. Okay, anyways. Alright, thanks everybody.
Good night, Amber. They never say anything to me, but thank you so much. Good night, Amber.
Shut up, John Boy.
Why, I can say something. Amber wanted to say good night.
Oh my god, look at they argue. That's like Clancy and Benny, for God's sakes. Alright, see you guys later. Be safe out there.